Download your favourite apps with Huawei Petal Search. Download now.
Before we kick into questions, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a sense of why we've decided to make this visit here to one of the kāinga order sites today. This is an example of the lessons that were learned during New Zealand's first lockdown, so that at level 3, kāinga order have been operating on sites like this and doing so safely. The work teams are split into groups. Those groups work within a designated bubble. They even have designated facilities that they are using. So in the eventuality that they may have contact with a COVID case, they are able to keep an isolated work bubble contained and to follow all protocols that might then eventuate from that contact. So that's just an example of what I know is being replicated across different sites, particularly in Auckland, to make sure that during level 3 we've been keeping workers safe, and an illustration of the kind of work that's been going on over the past couple of weeks, even though we've had restrictions going on in Auckland. Obviously, we're moving into a different phase in Auckland now. I see widespread mask use in Auckland, which is fantastic. That is what we are encouraging. It's just one way we can make sure we're just stepping up our vigilance in Auckland while we're at this stage. Well, look, for me, it would only be anecdotal. What I can tell you from the trips that I've made across town as I've been visiting different sites, the usage has been high, and this really is day one, certainly for Auckland. What I hope is that we'll see that we see that being kept up and maintained. It is an added piece of vigilance, a tool that we have to keep ourselves and others safe. We are asking Aucklanders to do that. Of course, very difficult for us to enforce that, but we're saying to Aucklanders, those rules, we're asking you to apply them not only in your region, but to you yourself as well, particularly around gatherings. And so to others across the country, I'm sure that there are friends and family you'd like to catch up with from Auckland. At this stage, we are saying we do need to keep that small. That's all part of our ongoing protections. We are still a team here, and I think everyone recognises that Auckland has been going through a particularly tough period. What I'd like to ask again is what we've asked all the way through: a bit of kindness, a bit of smiling with the eyes behind the mask. Remember that Aucklanders have been bearing the brunt of this latest wave, and just to treat them with the thanks and the care that they do deserve while we all continue to get through this together. Of course, at the moment, we're mandating it for public transport, so that's the only place where we have that enforcement regime, although we're encouraging general use in Auckland as well. And for these early days, we are expecting that we'll be taking that education approach, just sharing what the expectations are. We do have the police out and about with extra masks to support people and to de-escalate if we have any issues that arise. At the same time, we have been distributing surgical masks through things like food parcels to support people who might not have access. But I do want to encourage people, if you've got a piece of spare cloth at home and you have 2 hair ties, you can fashion a face covering, use bandanas, use scarves. They are all adequate as face coverings as well.